All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Back 40. I'm here with my lovely co-host. I got my main man Dayton.
What up, what up, what up?
I got my boy Alex.
Howdy.
And my other boy Nick.
What's going on, guys?
Oh my god.
God bless America.
Did y'all have a good day today?
It's yeah, actually.
Well, good deal.
It has been a day.
God's
Been a
good to
Monday.
me every day, bud.
Hey,
that's it. Make me want to run around my room. That's where praise him with the hands and the feet, Dayton.
So,
Yes, sir.
so Andy has been a little secretive about what he's got going on for this episode. So, Andy, fill us in on what's going on.
Yeah, so similar to our Horror March Madness episode that we had back in March, you got it. That's enough out of you. I have made another lovely bracket this time since it's Marvel DC month. It is Marvel versus DC. And we have 32 contestants. We have 8 Marvel heroes, 8 Marvel villains, and then 8 DC heroes, 8 DC villains.
Nice.
And I have pitted Marvel villains against DC heroes and DC villains against Marvel heroes. So it should be a healthy mix of matchups that we have never seen and likely will never see. It should be some interesting characters too. I tried to make sure that we had a wide array of abilities and powers represented to talk about. And funnily enough, speaking of that, I've made a handy dandy resource guide for us on Google Slides. And essentially on that presentation I have each contestant there. I have a picture of them and then I have their name and a list of their abilities. So if we come across any that you are unfamiliar with, you can refer to that guide and resource as necessary. I would recommend... What? Okay, well, we're in the middle of something, so shut the door. Fantastic.
I hear you.
Two.
Don't look at it.
So, when you decide that you have a matchup that you're really unfamiliar with, or maybe that you haven't seen that character in a long time, you can look at this guide and kind of get a little brief about them and their abilities. I would recommend looking it over just in general because there are a lot of abilities that I think we forget about these guys having. So that is a hit as well that you should be able to see update in real time. As always, everything we do here, majority will rule. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sweet. I am excited.
Yeah. Well, do you y'all want to get started?
Mm-hmm. I do.
All right.
No time like the present.
I don't know, wait a couple more minutes.
That's enough out of you.
Siri, set timer for 2 minutes.
I hate you and everything you stand for.
Try.
All
Hey,
right.
I stand for the flag and kneel at the cross, bud.
That's not what you just said, but that's fine.
All right. Let's not waste any time because this may take a minute. Let's start with our first matchup. We have Magneto versus Black Canary. And once again, I know Nick wasn't here. We're picturing this as like a grudge match in an arena. So no one has a home field advantage and nobody has any powers, weapons, anything that's not native to their character. Like Thanos is not going to have all 6 stones in the Infinity Gauntlet because we're talking about
That's
base Thanos. Yep. Those are important distinctions. So, Magneto versus Black Canary. Thoughts?
Let me look over, just refresh myself on Magneto's powers.
Absolutely.
I know he's got the mind thing going on for him, but let me just Black Canary. Let me refresh myself on his powers as well. If
It's
anybody
actually a
else
she.
has their okay, well, I mean, I don't hate, I don't judge. It's 2022. He can be what he wants.
Absolutely. I will give a brief while you were reading that. So, essentially, Magneto can manipulate all forms of magnetism that includes summoning force fields around him, and he can shoot electromagnetic pulses that can disable electronic devices.
Okay.
That is Magneto. Black Canary essentially has a supersonic scream that she emits. It depends on the iteration most times, but the main iterations of Black Canary, she's a metahuman that can do that naturally. There's not a device that allows her to do that. So it's like a sonar pitch kind of thing. And she also has hand-to-hand combat training.
So answer me this. Would it be possible for Magneto to disable that with his powers?
So we know that he can create force fields around himself. I don't know if sound can penetrate those fields, though. I'm going to be honest.
Well, so question is so Magneto could possibly create a force field around him that would protect himself from her ultrasonic scream. Other than that, does he really have much of fighting capability? He's old.
Does he have offense for her?
You know?
That's true. Yeah, he doesn't have much offensive capability besides his powers.
Right.
He is an older man.
So we're basically in a default setting where no one has an advantage towards anything. So realistically, if it's not metal, he can't touch it.
I would agree with that sentiment.
And judging by her costume, she may have some metal bedazzle. I don't want to call it bedazzling. Maybe braided leather or something like that.
Yeah, she has like some like metallic emblem stuff on her jacket.
That's literally the only thing he could touch on her.
Yeah.
Now, with hers, she's a master in martial arts. So she could go over there and whoop his tail with her hands.
She sure could.
But I don't know like if she would ever be able to touch him because of the force field he can create around him. You see what I mean here?
Yes. I'm going to say that Black Canary takes this one for me. Just because of Magneto's lack of ability to use his powers as much as he would probably want to or rely on being able to. I think that Black Canary's screech might be untested waters, maybe something he hasn't encountered. On the off chance it doesn't, that's a game changer and she automatically wins this. But even without that, I think that she could beat him in a straight up fist-to-fist fight.
100%. But the only thing the only thing that I question is, like, can he do anything with the metals and the dirt that they stand in? You know what I mean?
He can't. So he can manipulate the ground. You know, Earth's crust and core and mantle. It has metallic properties, and he has been known to manipulate the ground before. But Black Canary's been known to like shatter concrete blocks and stone and stuff with her scream. So I don't know.
I feel like
what he could do.
I feel like that power between the two of them, like with his ability to manipulate metals and her ability to supersonically scream at things, which is going to cause destruction. I feel like those are the same, but in different ways. Does that make sense?
I kind of see that. Yeah.
Especially in the setting that they're in.
I think 1v1 in the setting that they're in, being that, you know, he's not going to be able to bring metals with him. But she can manipulate the ground in some ways, but so can he. But she is more combative by nature.
Exactly.
Because of her martial arts experience, I think she wins.
Yeah. She can fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say she doesn't make it out of here unscathed, but
I think
she wins it.
Alex, what do you think?
I agree with what all y'all just said. I think that the combat experience in the end will actually get her to it because also her ultrasonic scream, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it takes a while, and I think he puts up a good defense for himself, but I think she wins in the end, just being more offensive by nature.
Yep. I think her combat skills gets her this one.
Yep.
I agree. All right, are we all in agreement?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
All right, I will report that
Black
score.
Canary.
Black Canary. Heck yeah.
Who do you
All
got?
right,
Who do
next
got
up we have Scarlet Witch versus Bane.
This is easy for me.
Bane.
Scarlet Witch.
All right. Now,
We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to a question I asked during our character building. Can she cast spells on her own volition?
Yep.
Does she need a spell book to do that?
No. She has innate magical properties. The spell book is something that she used in like Multiverse of Madness and stuff. She used the Darkhold to give her like a power up kind of thing, but she does not need or rely on a spell book.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That being the case, I'm leaning more towards her.
I agree.
Yep, I also agree.
I don't even think it's close.
No.
I think she makes a mess of him.
Yep.
I think so too.
I agree. Well, that was easy.
All right.
That was easy.
Sometimes it be that way.
It's true.
Okay. Next up. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. We have Ultron versus Superman.
Ooh.
These are heavy hitters. Ultron's a big bad. And so is Superman, but he's strong.
So, Superman's only weakness is kryptonite.
That's correct.
I don't assume that Ultron has the ability to bring kryptonite with him.
I'm going to say it's likely that he would not know that at first. I don't know if he would be able to deduce that kind of thing or not. He is a living being of artificial intelligence.
If we harken back to the movie The Age of Ultron, the Marvel movie, lesser heroes tore him up.
Mm-hmm.
Heroes with no innate powers. I mean, Iron Man put up a good fight, and he's just a smart guy with a suit.
I think it's safe to say that Superman will easily destroy Ultron's body. I don't think Ultron's like soul dies in this fight, but I think that he's out of commission.
Right.
What about the death-like coma, like the encephalo ray? Would that affect Superman?
Encephalo ray. I don't have any reason to believe that it would. Really, we've only seen the effects. 3 things have ever affected Superman that we know of: kryptonite in its various forms, solar energy in terms of like red sun gives him no power under the effects of a red sun, and magic. Those are the 3 things that have ever affected Superman.
Then I say definitely Superman wins.
Nick, what about you?
I really feel that Superman's got this one.
You think Superman's got it?
Yeah. Because, I mean, realistically, in this default setting, none of that is going to happen. So,
In the default setting, where, and they're from different universes, so we're assuming they don't know each other's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
1v1, Superman is the one with innate powers that are extremely hard to combat, while Ultron's body is relatively easy to dismantle.
I would say, yeah, I agree.
So Superman's got this one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unanimous?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it. All right, next up, that should be fun too. We have Captain America versus Sinestro. I would consider Sinestro to be a B tier level villain. I mean, he is Green Lantern's like big nemesis, but you don't see him often. He is a Yellow Lantern, so essentially it operates very similar to the way Green Lantern operates, except whereas Green Lantern's power comes from his will, Yellow Lanterns get their power from fear.
And he's going up against who again? Captain America?
Sinestro's going up against Captain America.
Okay.
Is there
So
way
he has an innate understanding of the fears and phobias of others.
Is there a way Sinestro strikes fear into Captain America's heart? Captain America is still very human-esque. I mean, he has powers, but he definitely has feelings as well. We've learned from lore and just even the movies. He holds on to a love for 60 years.
But we know that from the comics, in the terms of like a Green Lantern, that will and fear kind of cancel each other out. Will is usually stronger than fear. So it comes down to, do we think Captain America's will would be stronger than Sinestro's fear? And Sinestro without the ring is just an alien.
But he has the ring.
He has the ring. It would be up to Cap to somehow
Get the ring off.
disrupt that. Yeah.
Okay. He's going to have a hard time with that because he has the power. Sinestro can fly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain America can't, can he?
No, he
cannot fly.
But he does have the shield.
He does, and he's very skilled with it.
He can throw the shield.
He can
to
throw
great
it
lengths.
and great lengths and with great accuracy.
That's very true.
Captain America has the will of a non-human being. He's been through some stuff. It's just hard.
It's definitely a tough one.
I'm gonna give. This is my vote. I think it is a hard-fought battle, but I think Sinestro is able to defend himself well enough and kind of cancel out any combat that Cap would throw at him, because would be better at evading things. And I think that in the end, the fear of possibly losing would give Sinestro enough power to win.
All right, one for Sinestro. Alex, Nick.
Does that mean you go for Captain America, Andy?
I don't know. See, my first thoughts were Sinestro. I try to argue from the other side just to see if I can convince myself that the opposite is true. But I want to hear your thoughts.
Alex, I'll go. I'll go after you.
I mean, I think the shield is a big plus. Without it, I think he gets annihilated.
Absolutely.
But Sinestro, he can make things happen with the ring like Green Lantern can, right? Like these giant.
Yep. He can create hard-like constructs that is only limited by thought.
So let's think about it like this. Sinestro theoretically could make a shield just as powerful as Cap's. Could he not?
Yes.
In theory?
It does seem that those constructs are broken, usually, when hit with enough force. I would assume that, like, the energy has, like, a kinetic field, and every hit that it takes, it has a blowback.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me submit this. Let's say Sinestro makes a shield that is, on the face of it, just as strong as Cap's shield, but can be broken down over time. But instead of using it for offense, he uses his flight for defense and attacks Cap with the like-powered shield when Cap can't defend himself.
Or a giant hammer.
Or anything he could make with the power of the ring.
All right, pause. Is that sound annoying to everyone else?
Yep.
It is.
How do we stop that? Because it didn't happen last time either.
I mean, if it doesn't affect the end product, I can deal with it.
What sound?
If he doesn't hear it, then it's not going to end up in
You don't
the
hear
end
it at
product.
all?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
It sounds
as
like a
long as
fax
it won't-
machine. If he doesn't hear it, it will not end up in the audio.
Okay.
We learned that the first time.
Well, then somebody's phone is next to their computer.
It's gone now.
Who was it?
My phone has been in the same spot the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, it might have been mine.
It don't matter.
Yeah. Well, as long as it doesn't make it in, it's
All
livable.
good. My vote is Sinestro.
I think I'm gonna second that.
All right. 2 for Sinestro.
I'm trying to think of any possible way Captain America wins this fight.
The only thing he has going for him is that he is a hard sucker to keep on the ground.
He really is.
Maybe maybe Cap doesn't get annihilated, but I think that it's very plausible that he tires out and Sinestro just defeats him and then captures him.
Look at it this way as well. Cap still has human emotions. Sinestro is an alien. Sinestro, theoretically, if he doesn't take too many hits, wouldn't tire out.
I'm gonna.
I think they both can get tired.
What you got?
I think they both can
Alex?
get fatigued. But I mean, like, if there's ever a situation where like Cap is somehow able to get the upper hand, I think that Cap's gonna beat his face in. I think that Captain America. Hold on. Here's the
He
difference.
would have to get to that situation, though.
Sinestro has superhuman strength. Captain America just has enhanced strength. So I think that in the end, Sinestro's going to win.
I think Alien v Humanoid. Alien wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sinestro wins.
What do you think, Andy?
I would agree.
Can't believe that.
Okay.
I agree. That was my first guess, and I just couldn't talk myself out of it. Sucks that Cap is out first. We have a little side game going on that I didn't talk about yet, but feels like a good time because this actually happened now. We have each had a draft pick. So I had a random generator on and put them all in, and each one got assigned a number 1 through 32, and I had the guys and myself all pick a number at random, and we each picked a contestant, and we are hoping that our contestant gets farther than the others. Dayton did pick Sinestro. Nicholas picked Green Lantern. Funny enough, you guys are at odds. I have the Flash, and Alex has Big Boy Thor, which is going to be a hard contestant to argue against. I'm going to tell you that right now. There are some tough ones coming up. All right, like this next one, I think is going to be a really good fight. We have Venom versus Green Lantern.
Oh, let me Let me whoop
Right
that
off the
tail.
bat.
Let me whoop that tail.
Venom.
Andy,
Well, go ahead and explain yourself, Dayton.
you go ahead.
You want me to explain myself?
Yeah,
Because Venom. Oh, wait a minute. In my explanation, I kind of talked myself out of it.
See that happen sometimes.
Venom has to attach to something to be powerful.
We assume that it's the person that
We
the
assume that it's the
symbiote
person.
is on one
Not
of the
the
people. It's on
symbiote.
Eddie. It's on Mac. It's on Flash.
We're assuming it's somebody that a Venom is attached to.
Mm-hmm.
But without
Let's
specifying
say
that,
Eddie. Let's say Eddie Brock. That's
so
the
just
most popular.
base Venom, Eddie Brock with Venom on him.
Mhm.
I think Venom.
Okay.
Because Venom, now look, Eddie Brock gets destroyed. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But Venom can just morph into anything, really, if he attaches
Limitedly.
himself to it.
Limitedly.
But I feel like he can absorb a lot of like contact because of that property.
How about a Green Lantern saw to the throat?
Does that kill Venom?
Does that kill
Does that
Venom?
kill Venom?
I would say so. He has no head.
Look, the ultimate objective here
He
is
doesn't have a head.
literally the ultimate objective to like how do you make Venom weak? You detach him from the source, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Green Lantern could accomplish that.
Now, does Green Lantern have access to any supersonic sounds? Because that is a proven method to
Right.
get Venom to detach from the host. Can Green Lantern just like create a gong or something like a blowhorn?
I'm sure that he could.
I mean,
I'm sure.
he can
sure.
pretty much
Like he can literally
He can
pretty much
create-
create anything with his ring. So like if he wanted to just whip out this giant megaphone and like just piercing screeches of like what's it called? Like
Voice,
what is it? What is it called?
Screams.
Back feed or whatever.
Feedback?
Feedback. There you go.
feedback. Yeah.
I'm dyslexic.
Welcome to the 40 back, guys.
But yeah,
40.
but yeah, if he wants to
It's
just
been a-
whip out
it's been an
this,
episode good.
I love the good old back feed.
I love the 40 back. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
40 back.
but yeah, like if he just wanted to
have merch,
if he just wanted
we're gonna
to,
be like, this is our back feed, bag of chips.
Bag of chips.
We'll have a shirt. We'll have a shirt that on the front says the back 40, and on the back says the 40 back.
I like that. The 40
I like
back.
it.
I like that.
let us know if you want some merch. But yeah, if Green Lantern wanted to just pull out this giant megaphone and then have some feedback, screeching and hitting a loud enough dB where it separates Venom from Eddie, then at that point the fight is over.
My counter argument to that is how long does it take him to figure that out?
Oh, that is true.
Because we're assuming they're from different
Right,
universes.
that they
we're
know
assuming
nothing
they don't
of
have
these,
prior knowledge. So can Venom destroy Green Lantern before Green Lantern figures out that noise is a weakness?
I don't know. I wonder.
Okay, how would Venom destroy him? He has the ability to fly. How can the Venom catch him?
He could just detach from Eddie and land on him and destroy him from the
He's
inside
got
out.
to land on him, though. What if he catches? What
Well,
if he's able
the
to block?
Venom can travel. I mean, he can spread quickly.
Here's what I think is Green Lantern's saving grace here, is that he has probably one of the best methods for keeping the symbiote in a confined space, such as creating a field around the symbiote.
Like a box. Yeah.
So it allows it to not spread. I feel like that ability.
Well, yeah, he
very
could
few
contain
other
it.
people on that could have. So containment wise here, I think he's okay. The main argument that I have is what Dayton already said. Can Hal Jordan, let's say it's Hal Jordan, can Lantern figure this out in enough time? Because Venom is out for blood from the jump.
Is destructive. He is a destroyer. That's what he does. He spreads and destroys.
The symbiote fights to keep itself alive.
Right, and
yes,
I don't know. That's gonna be a tough question to answer because
I don't think Hal Jordan's going to be caught off guard.
Because
he is, like an intergalactic space cop.
Because
run of the mill, he's used to.
It really depends on what Green Lantern fiddles with in fighting Venom. Because the only way he's going to figure it out is if he uses something that screeches sound.
I think that the trial and error process takes too long because Venom is always out for blood no matter his opponent. I think that the trial and error that Green Lantern would have to do to figure out the weaknesses would be too long of a process to survive Venom just attacking you head on from the jump.
Right.
But that's just me. My vote is Venom. That's my vote.
My vote
I have
is,
Dayton's vote for Venom, Alex's vote for Green Lantern.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nick?
That's going to be hard to choose just because.
You must do it.
Just because.
Get it.
You don't. You don't know what he's going to use as a weapon.
I'm going to argue that Green Lantern takes this. I think that his combat experience dealing with a bunch of intergalactic threats is going to allow him to very defensively hold himself against the symbiote's attacks.
I think
I say that I give him the benefit of the doubt that he can probably figure it out with something as simple as, let's say he creates a big war axe and it slams against the ground and like cuts off the symbiote's arm, and of course it's going to reattach, but that cling of the metal, that shing, I think that might clue him in. Something like that. I think that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the ability to keep that in a confined space too and trap the symbiote is big.
I would say here is just that in a fight, your weakness will come out at some point or another, especially in a longer fight. And I
don't think Venom's going to be too concerned with detaching the ring from the hand. I think the Venom's objective will be kill, kill, kill.
Yeah.
Blood makes the grass grow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to slightly give my vote to Green Lantern, but man, this is something I would pay money to watch. I would love the crap out of this.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to go with Green Lantern because he doesn't have just one weapon. He can basically create anything.
Okay.
As a weapon.
All right, 3v1. I like Venom got some votes there. I think that it's only fair because it's contested.
No,
it's close.
Definitely worthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely worthy.
Leave it to me.
Next up, I feel like we have an easier one after that hard one. We have Thor versus Giganta. Giganta is definitely a B-level type of villain. She is not super well known. I put her on here because she's not super well known, but she also is one of the only people we have on here with size manipulation. Of course, when she is super strong, she has super strength. And she's a doctor. She's smart, but I just don't feel like there's anything she can do against Thor. Thor's taken out bigger and badder.
Oh yeah, yes.
Thor, definitely.
Thor.
Nick?
Thor.
Absolutely. That's going to be fun next time. Okay, when we come back to that. Next up, we have Green Goblin versus the Flash. Also, I have a disclaimer. In our Build a Character episode, I, for some reason, called Green Goblin William Osborn instead of Norman. Not sure what happened there, but Green Goblin's Norman Osborn, not William. So, my apologies for that.
What?
Flash.
You said Flash against who?
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Oh, Flash.
My boy Alex.
He's gone. But
My boy Andy.
while he's doing that, in a not a very argument form, but an explanation of my answer, it's kind of hard to defend yourself from something that you can't even see. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That it's
He's
so
called
fast you
Flash
can't
for a
see it.
reason.
So, huh?
It's called.
What'd you?
He's called the Flash for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Goblin's used to fighting Spider-Man, and he can see him coming from halfway across New York City. Sees that web coming, like, oh, he's coming. We have about 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I mean the super speed is just I think it's too much.
And let's
for
be
Green
honest
Goblin.
here. I mean, we're talking about a human in a suit, so to speak.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I mean, I'm going to use an Alex argument that he used in our Build a Character episode. If you get hit by a punch going the speed of light,
I was
that's gonna
about
do
to
some
say
damage.
this. I was about to say this. It's hard to survive a punch coming at you at like 150 billion miles an hour.
Yes.
Bro, you ain't kidding, dude.
I mean, we've seen the Flash go head-to-head against Superman and hold his own in large parts. I don't feel like
Right.
this is any contest for him.
Okay, well, he's definitely not going to get hit by those little orange ball bomb thingies or whatever.
He'll catch it and throw it back.
Yeah, exactly. So
All right.
Flash has definitely got this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Unanimous. Next up, we have Hulk and Gorilla Grodd, two beasts. Grodd is just he's a meta ape. So he essentially has, he's a big, large gorilla with modified and scientifically enhanced strength, stamina, and telepathic ability, which I feel like is his biggest help to him in this fight.
What?
He
How does
has
he?
mind control, and telekinesis.
How does he size up beside Hulk? Like is he the size of a normal gorilla?
I would say they're about the same size.
Oh, okay. Wow.
He's a pretty large gorilla.
I think this is a
Brawn
bloody
against
Mind
brawn.
match.
stuff, it helps him the most.
I think this is a
I
bloody
was just about to
match.
say, bro. So they're even. I would probably say they're probably evenly matched on strength, right?
I would say Hulk is probably stronger than Grodd.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say that Hulk would be stronger and a heck of a lot more durable. Grodd is a Flash villain, and Flash has beaten him on numerous occasions.
Well, and you also got to think.
It's a good punch.
You also got to think that Hulk, when you kind of think about it, his strength can only get stronger, like the madder he gets. So, you know, if say that he's getting his tail handed to him for a little while, but like his anger begins to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, he's only gonna get stronger.
My only when I envision this fight going out, I see like 7 different possible outcomes, and Hulk wins 6 of them. The only one in which Grodd stand a chance is maybe he uses his telepathy to evoke the primary emotion of calm in the
Right.
Hulk's mind, and he reverts back to Banner. That's the only, because he's been known to specifically against groups and teams.
How
if
good
it's
is
the
how
Flash family or the Justice League, he can pit them against each other by interfering with their minds and bringing emotions to the top.
so he's been known to control groups at a time.
Yeah, he's a
Again,
very, very
And this
skilled
is
telepath.
we're just talking about one man.
Again, we have to assume he wouldn't know to do that.
I don't think that he would know that this beast becomes a man, but I do think he would assume to use his mind rather than go toe to toe.
Sure.
I don't think I agree with that, but I don't think he connects quickly enough that he has to calm him to take his power away. And I think Hulk smashes.
Well, he also regenerates pretty daggum quick.
I mean,
Absolutely.
The gamma radiation stuff is pretty hard to combat.
So even if Gorilla gets a few good blows on him and hurts him pretty good, he's coming back pretty quick. He's going to regenerate from that.
But we don't. We're saying that he can't control the mind of the Hulk.
No,
We're not saying that he can't control it, but we can't. We're saying
The
that
only thing
it is
that-
unlikely.
he's not going to know
Yeah,
that
go for
he's
it.
going to turn back into Banner once he calms down to a certain point. He's not going to
We
know
are
that.
assuming that he will try to control the mind of Hulk and that
Sure.
he will succeed in that in some way. We are also assuming that he does not know that he needs to calm him down to get rid of his power.
Yeah.
Because they are from different universes. He wouldn't know this. This is just a big green dude that he's got to fight against and find a way to beat.
Look, in my mind,
Yeah, but after we go like blows and blows, you don't think he's going to try a different strategy? He's super smart.
But okay, if you're in that position, let's say you know nothing about the Hulk. Let's say, would your first reaction be before you get absolutely pounded? Would it be maybe if I just call him a good boy and rub his head and try to calm him down?
Well, that's not what he's going to say. But
No. This is how I see this fight in my head. Is that they say go, yada yada yada. Hulk is obviously this rabid dog that's just mindlessly like just smashing everything. He's just so freaking angry. He's just like steroids
super aggressive.
on steroids. Exactly. But Gorilla, I feel like Gorilla would just right out of the bat use mind control and to get him to calm down. And then
Here's
once
what
he
I think-
maybe not to the point to where he changes into a man, but to a point to where he could begin to attack him.
Or make him attack himself.
And then once Hulk does get attacked, his anger will begin to grow, and I feel like his mind will no longer be affected by Gorilla.
Here's
And then Hulk will
what
win.
Grodd has going for him most is that his telepathy works extremely well on weak-minded creatures.
Yeah.
But I do think that he will definitely invoke his telepathic abilities, and I think it will work, like you said, to a certain extent. But I just feel like he will not guess that calm would be the enemy of this ferocity that he's facing. And I think he would mess up, and
I think
Hulk would get stronger.
Yeah. I think
the
Bruce Banner inside Hulk is smart enough, would be smart enough to figure out what is going on. That Gorilla would have is having the ability to control his mind and have what?
I didn't think about that. Grodd could likely sense Bruce in there. He would sense two minds occupying the same space. He's done it to Firestorm before. He senses Ronnie and Dr. Stein.
Yeah. But even
So
then, I feel like the Bruce Banner inside Hulk would even still be smart enough to figure out what is going on, because once mind control starts happening, obviously you're confused, yada yada yada. But as soon as you get smacked in the face a few times, like, you're angry. Like, I don't think there's any control in that one.
Oh yeah, like I hate when I'm like watching my phone and I drop it on my face. Bro,
Oh,
like,
doesn't it just make you mad, just like instantly?
bro, like, I hate
What?
that. Like I absolutely hate that.
Like Attack of
y'all
the
can't tell me
Phones.
y'all ain't been laying in the bed looking at your phone like this right here, and then you just drop it like it slips out of your hand and hits you right in the freaking nose, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like,
Yeah, been there.
100%.
Happened to me last night, bud.
yeah, imagine getting Hulk smashed in the nose.
Yeah, I think Hulk's got this one.
All right, so I'm got Nick, Dayton, Alex. I'm assuming you're going for Hulk.
No, I think the mind control would take over.
So you want to give a vote to Grodd?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a vote to Grodd.
All right,
Okay.
Andy.
I think I am going to cast my vote for Hulk. I was thinking about
this
giving.
completely changes. I didn't know he was
That's enough out of you all.
He has a
That's
cannon.
enough out of you. Can't stand it. I'm leaving. I was planning on giving Grodd a sympathy vote if he didn't get one, because I do think
Yep.
that he puts up probably the best fight against Hulk that he's going to get
Yeah,
for a long time
Probably.
in this.
Yeah.
Hulk was not expecting it to be that difficult for him.
No.
I don't like my guy's chances. Okay. Next, we have Doc Ock, Dr. Octopus versus Cyborg, two mechanical men of nature. I did not plan this. This is how they generated.
Nice.
I did not know that it would come out like this.
He said
Very
Dr.
pleased with
Octopus
that.
versus Cyborg.
Yep, versus Cyborg. Anybody have any thoughts?
I think Cyborg.
I'm thinking right now.
That's my personal vote too. I think that Doc Ock has the arms,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
but
I think
My
Cyborg's
reasoning,
got more.
Cyborg. Yeah.
my reasoning is that Cyborg's mechanical powers are connected to himself, while Doc Ock could be disconnected from his suit and his arms. And even if he never did disconnect, I think Cyborg is strong enough to just dismantle all arms to where Doc Ock wouldn't have a defense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree.
Absolutely,
I agree.
100%.
Yep.
We all in agreement?
Yep.
Love it when that happens. All right, next up we have Black Widow versus Joker, which turns out to be probably Joker's most fair matchup. I feel like a lot of these people he gets creamed easy. But he is
Okay.
against just a normal person. She has, of course, she
Well,
has
I would-
augmented and enhanced.
I was
strength
gonna
and
I was
stamina.
gonna say, does he
Martial art experiences as well.
have any of
Trained
his,
to fight from an early age.
does he have any of his like tricks kind of thing on his person?
So when we did the horror thing, we said that they would only have weapons that were super intentional to their character, such as we had Freddy Krueger and he had his razor glove.
Okay,
Leatherface would have his chainsaw, Jason would have a machete,
sure.
yada yada. I would say it would be fair for Joker to have a few of his gags on him, things that he always has. He always
Sure.
has his hand buzzer.
Yep.
He always has a bomb or two of like the chattering teeth toys. He's going to have a knife on him. He'll have a gun probably. The standard stuff that he would be
Sure.
expected to have. His flower on his little coat does shoot acid
Right.
and gas. Let's assume he has a thing of laughing gas on him. Black Widow is going to have her stun stick. She's going to have pistols, that kind of thing. Really, this hasn't come up yet. Would be the first time we've had two martial
Right.
fighters. So
I think Black Widow.
I do too.
Strictly
Yeah.
because of hand-to-hand combat experience. Now, Joker is a sick individual, and Joker has done some messed up things to people. But as far as knowing how to fight like the back of your hand, Black Widow is that. She was trained to fight from an early
Right.
age, and that's what she's a fighter. It's what she does. Joker just wants to inflict pain. And I feel like she is able to take a defensive stance long enough to become offensive.
Yep.
And I feel like she wins in hand-to-hand combat if it gets to that. And I think it would, because I think their weapons that they would have would kind of cancel each other out.
Right. They're eventually, even if they did pull their pistols and try to take shots at each other, eventually they're going to run out of ammo. if that doesn't damage one of them first. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've watched Black Widow dismantle a group of 6 grown men with none of her weapons.
Yes,
Right.
armed to the
Fighting
nines too.
Doesn't Black Widow have like hypnotist abilities or something?
There would be very little evidence to support that. She has like a few tactics that she learned in terms of like brainwashing, as like tactics that she learned from the Red Room and her time with the Russians. I wouldn't say she has the ability to like cast a hypnotizing spell.
There
on
are
someone.
psychological tricks that even people like you and me could use in combat that would
Yeah.
have the same. That would have no greater effect than anything she could offer.
Yep. Here's her. I think here's Black Widow's biggest pro, is because she has situational awareness that Joker just doesn't have. Joker gets knocked out by Batman all of the time, and Black Widow knows how to assess the situation, assess a room, determine the weaknesses and weak points on an enemy. I think that it's more than fair for her to be able to have the upper hand here.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I'll take. I vote Black Widow.
Yeah, I do too.
Me too.
Yep.
Awesome.
Next.
Excellent.
Loki.
Next, we have a... Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Loki
Go ahead and tell
versus Batman.
I don't like this one. Somebody's going to get upset.
Could be a toss-up.
Somebody's going to get upset.
It's gonna be y'all with me.
Oh, he's got Asgardian powers.
Loki's a god. Batman is a smart guy with a suit.
Okay, does Loki have the staff? In this fight?
Loki's still a god, even if he doesn't have the staff.
Okay, but I mean, it's Batman can't stop the staff. Okay.
Yeah, it's not intrinsic to his character because he has
I'm going to
powers
say no,
innately.
he doesn't have the staff.
Okay.
I would say
But
that
Batman-
staff is an MCU component,
Does Batman
not
have
a character
That's true.
component.
Okay.
Does Batman have his belt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Batman is going to have his belt.
Yeah.
Does he have-
Without
does
it,
he
all
have
he's got
batarang?
is what? Martial arts?
Yeah, I mean, in some iterations, he doesn't even have that experience. In some iterations, he doesn't even have martial experience.
Yeah.
I think this comes down to how you want to look at Loki. I look at Loki as a god because he is a demigod, and I don't think a smart guy with a suit beats out a god. So my vote is Loki, and y'all can hate me if you
I
want.
think Loki's hubris and his arrogance
Let me just,
plays a factor here. I think that Batman is going to definitely surprise Loki.
I would agree to that.
I don't know how much that plays to his favor, but he's definitely going to put up more of a fight than Loki would expect a mortal man to do. Because he thinks that he's a god and all other forms of life are beneath him. He even says that in MCU. He says, I am a god, you are beneath me, dull creature, the Hulk, of all else.
God.
He says that.
It's one of my favorite scenes of a Marvel movie ever.
But even
It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
even if he's arrogant, though, I still feel like
he's
that
still a
he's
god.
just gonna overpower Batman.
It's well-founded arrogance.
I would say Batman has gone toe-to-toe with people like...
Oh, absolutely. I'm not
Darkseid.
I'm not crapping on Batman at all. But
No.
you're talking about. I mean, you're literally
I don't
talking
think
about.
this is easy
Yeah.
for either one of them.
I think it's a fist fight. I think it's going to be like they said toe to toe, but I think Loki will win.
Yeah.
Batman can only use his equipment at one time, and then it's gone.
Yep. There's only so much that belt's gonna
Loki
hold.
has no apparent weaknesses.
He's
I
a
mean,
god.
yes, he can die. The gods can die.
and
but-
come back 3 times.
Exactly.
My God came back 3 days
Batman
later.
won't,
Amen.
Batman won't kill him though. For Batman to win this fight, he would have to be willing to kill, and he won't.
Exactly.
So I'm going to give him a pity vote. I'm assuming the rest of you three are going to Loki.
Yep.
Fair enough. Later, my boy.
Deuces.
Sorry,
Do
Batman.
we even have
alright.
to talk about this next one?
I don't think so.
Nope. Go ahead and move Thanos right over there.
Yep, that was Thanos versus Aquaman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't make these matchups. They just turned out to be pretty good so far. Look, Thanos is not going to go in the deep blue sea.
That next round fight is going to be noise.
Yes, it is. Let's just go ahead and talk about that. We don't even need to elaborate anymore. Thanos wipes Aquaman. It's not even close. It's
Yep.
not even funny.
Yep.
We have next up Iron Man versus Deathstroke.
Explain Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is a very, very fun villain. His name's Slade Wilson. So he is very much like a Captain America type of person. He has a serum that allows him, it enhances his physiology essentially. He has enhanced speed, strength, mental endurance, senses. He has a slight healing factor with decelerated aging. He is an absolute masterclass in swordsman, marksman, martial artist, weaponry. He's went toe-to-toe with Batman so many times it's not even funny. Batman regards him as one of the toughest foes he's ever went blow to blow with. And he's also a very, very masterful tactician and strategist.
Okay. Against Iron Man.
Against Iron Man.
Against
Arguably
Iron Man.
one of the smartest people in the Marvel Universe. I think there's been a lot of different debate and topics about it, but if you were to look up like smartest people in the MCU, I think Tony Stark is like he's in 5 to 7, somewhere in that range. So he's definitely up there.
Has he ever beat Batman?
Deathstroke?
Yes.
Not to my knowledge.
So again, this is how I think about this.
Nobody
Batman
yell
is-
at me if I'm wrong, but
Batman is a smart guy with a suit. Iron Man is a smart guy with a suit. If Deathstroke could not beat Batman, I don't see
Deathstroke
him
cannot
beating
fly.
Iron Man.
So keep that in mind. Iron Man can fly with his suit.
Well, Batman
that's
can't.
true. But Deathstroke would easily negate that. He would get him on the ground with a grappling hook, anything. He would either like grapple himself to Iron Man. He would do what it took to get to him. It would just be a matter of would it work.
I don't think.
He did beat Batman, but Batman recovered and then came back. And
Tony Stark has recovered a
did
number of times.
Yeah, I think Iron Man's going to win.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
he's got a literal suit of armor. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like he's pretty equipped to go up against a swordsman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But I think Deathstroke's fighting capabilities are probably up there with Captain America in terms of hand to hand. The
Oh,
punches he could give, I think that Iron Man suit's gonna take a beating,
Oh, 100%.
an
Oh, yeah.
absolute beating. It's
But
gonna
Tony
be,
Stark's got the money to fix it. I mean,
He does. He
He's
does have
definitely going to be
money to
flying
fix it.
home a little glitchy.
yeah.
Well, he's still got more matchups. I'm going to say that Deathstroke's going to damage one of the repulsors on his hand.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Maybe even damage one of his leg jet boots
Right.
to get the suit on the ground.
Yeah.
But I think so. I think Iron Man suffers. His suit does, but he takes this. We all in agreement?
Yep.
Yes.
Next. Dayton, go for it. Who is next?
I don't have it in front of me, bud.
All right,
It
Alex,
is,
go for it.
It is Falcon versus Lex Luthor in his power suit.
That reminded me of SpongeBob where they're doing the campfire song, and he's like, "Squidward, yay!" All right,
So this
Falcon
is-
versus Lex
Falcon
Luthor.
versus Lex
Powers.
Luthor in the power suit.
Yes, I felt like that was an important distinction to make. Otherwise, Lex Luthor is in like a black suit and tie in his businessman attire, and he wouldn't fit at all on this bracket. So I felt like it was an
Right.
important distinction to know that he has his power suit on, which has gone toe to toe with Superman and has been outfitted with kryptonite weaponized forms as well. So
It's not a weakness for Falcon,
nope, it is not.
but being that he's gone toe to toe with Superman,
It does.
I
It
gotta give it
does.
to Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it does put up a pretty daggone good struggle for
I
the Falcon.
mean, Falcon.
He's also way smarter than Falcon.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's compare Falcon to Superman. Superman win that,
Yeah.
then Luthor wins this.
Falcon can communicate with birds.
That is true.
He doesn't
Not
have
all
access
the
to
MCU cannot, but he would have access to Red Wing, I would say. But that is not going to be the deal breaker here.
Okay, I went for Lex Luthor. Specifically, just
Me
the power
too.
suit.
Same.
Not actually, Lex Luthor, just the power suit.
Right, without the power
They-
suit, Falcon all day. But
Yeah, it's no.
with power
Alfred
suit,
could beat
Lex
Lex Luthor.
Luthor is
All right,
Yeah.
we have two more matchups, and then we are on to our, I think, 16, Sweet 16. Doctor Doom versus Wonder Woman.
Doctor.
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be a good matchup.
Doctor Doom versus Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is considered a goddess, correct?
She is not necessarily. She's more like a demigod.
She's a Wonder
she was
Woman.
gifted. She was gifted
Yeah.
gifts when she was made from like clay,
Yeah.
from the gods. So like she got like the speed of Hermes and the battle strategy and wisdom of Athena, stuff like that.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
That's enough out of you.
Against who?
Wonder Woman, Doctor Doom. Sorry,
Remind me of his powers. What does he
a
do?
lot. So the main thing you need to know about him is that he's a genius. First
Yep.
off, Victor Von Doom is one of the smartest people in Marvel. He's not as smart as Mr. Fantastic. I would argue that he is probably as smart as Tony Stark. He has a mastery of science and of mysticism. He's got some dark art magic going. He's been known to be able to transfer his mind, hypnotize people. He has a suit that allows him to like shoot projectiles, rockets. He can fly with the suit, lasers.
I don't think this is hand to hand.
Bro, I think Doctor Doom whoops up on some Wonder Woman, boy.
I don't think this is hand to hand. I don't think it gets to that. I think this is power of demigods versus power of mysticism. Pretty freaking evenly matched, in my mind at least, if you're considering those things. So I do think he takes it. Because beside that, that's really all she has. I mean, she can fight. Yeah, she can fight. She's a fighter. But if you take that aspect away from her, she only has those powers. And being that he can match those powers and then some, I think Doom takes this.
Alex,
Yeah, I think Doom wins in this. I mean, he has the ability of hypnotism.
Nicholas.
I think Doom as well.
Oh man, it's so tough. Like,
Tell me about it.
I don't think this is easy. I do think that Doom takes this. I think because Doom has taken Thor before. So I think he is baffled that Wonder Woman has taken so many hits. But I'm going to give Wonder Woman a sympathy vote just to show that it's close. But Doom, I think, does take this. All right, our last matchup, Wolverine versus Killer Frost. I don't feel like this is a close one. I'm going to tell you, I feel like Wolverine wipes the floor with Killer Frost.
Yeah, I agree.
Killer Frost's only powers would be her cryokineticism, her ability to manipulate and form ice structures. Sure, she can make ice walls and stuff. I don't think she could freeze Wolverine's claws and break them. Adamantium wouldn't break like that.
Yeah, I agree. Wolverine.
So,
Yeah, I'm going to second that.
Dayton?
I agree.
Excellent. All right. That's going to bring us to the Sweet 16. Starting up at the top, I think we have another easy one.
Yep.
We have Black Canary versus Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Yep,
I'm
Scarlet
gonna have to
Witch.
agree with that. Not even close.
Is that
Next.
Next, we have Superman versus Sinestro.
funny?
Superman.
Yeah, I'm agree. Superman has beaten Sinestro so many times. He has beat him
I agree.
countless times. Yeah, because he's also familiar with Sinestro. Next up, we do have, I think, a better matchup than Superman Sinestro, but we have Green Lantern versus Thor.
Thor.
I think Thor is going to take
Alex
this one.
versus Nick's character.
I think Thor is going to take that one.
I do too.
Dayton?
I'm out.
Thor.
Thor.
I got out last round, bud.
Yeah.
So Alex always wins this crap. Always.
All right. Next up, we have The Flash versus Hulk. I'll tell you, Hulk got some rough picks. He went up against two people that he could not just easily smash.
The Flash versus Hulk. God. That's a tough one.
It's literally speed versus strength.
I
Yeah.
think I got to give the upper hand to Flash. Because he can literally just run away. But I will say, if Hulk ever, by chance, by luck, by favor of the gods, whatever you want to call it, if he ever catches him, it's over for Flash.
Yeah.
But he would have to do that because I think Flash runs circles around him and hits him at the speed of light, and that hurts. I gotta say Flash.
Yeah. I feel like if Hulk even gets a chance to just land, I'm talking like even just one hit, it's over for Flash. But that's
I wouldn't say one hit. I would say one grab.
well.
You
When
grab
I say one hit, I'm talking like one hit. If he even gets at least one, then there's a second one to come. You know, there's more. If he ever gets a chance to hit him once, he'll be able to keep him. Does that make sense?
I think that Flash has more options on how to beat Hulk within the span of a nanosecond.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be phasing his hand through his chest, vibrating his skull to where his brain explodes. I mean, it could be he could trap him in a motionless state in Flash time. He could throw him into the Speed Force. He could knock him out with a million punches before he even gets a chance to get angry. I feel like Flash's ability and offense is faster than Hulk's reaction time.
I mean, I got to give it to. I'm gonna give it to Flash.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's Dayton. What's your vote?
Flash.
Flash. My vote's Flash. Nick, you said Flash.
I
Alex,
Hulk.
you say Hulk. Okay.
Sympathy vote. Really Flash.
Sympathy vote. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Man.
Who we got?
All right.
Who we
That's
got
going to be
next?
fun, too. We have Cyborg versus Black Widow.
Seriously?
Oh, Cyborg.
Cyborg.
This is
2
where you
for
say
Cyborg.
Cyborg, Andy.
Cyborg.
All right, that is 4 votes for Cyborg.
What are you saying?
I feel like it was going to be a contest. I feel like Victor was going to easily whoop up on Natasha.
Okay, just make sure.
Oh yeah.
Loki and Thanos. Thanos is going to take this. He's already
Yeah.
killed Loki once.
Loki.
Do we want Loki? Well, okay, let's actually. I mean, who thinks Loki would beat Thanos?
Oh, none of us.
I don't.
Thanos is like good.
Hey, what do you think, Fred? Yeah, Fred said
All
no.
right. Boom. Iron Man versus Lex Luthor in the power suit. 2 men in suits.
Oh.
That's fun.
That's hard.
And they are both geniusly smart.
Oh.
It's practically the same person.
Bro, this dude's gone up against Superman, bro.
I'm going to say, we saw Iron Man go toe-to-toe with Thanos, and he lost that battle. His suit got really damaged.
Dude, I think Lex
even
takes
with the
this
ability
one.
to regenerate the nanotech. Lex's suit is outfitted to go against Superman.
I think Lex takes this one.
Lex definitely takes this. If he beats Superman, he does. Well, he does.
That's
I don't think
Only
Lex
because he has
ever
kryptonite.
beat Superman.
No, but his
because of the
suit
kryptonite.
is
Yeah,
made to
no,
go up against him.
Superman, right?
Lex's suit
Okay,
is made to go up against someone of
again.
a Kryptonian stat.
I'll put it to you like this once more. Does Iron Man beat Superman?
If he has kryptonite, yes.
If he does not have kryptonite.
Okay. All right, it's Lex Luthor versus Iron Man.
Right.
I know.
Right. Even though his
If
suit,
Lex has
even though-
gone toe to toe with Superman,
even
then if he
even though his suit has the kryptonite capabilities to it, I feel like his suit still is built to withstand the power that Superman has to give. Does that make sense?
No.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to agree with that.
No, I'm just kidding. That makes sense.
I say Lex.
I say
Yeah,
Iron Man.
exactly. I say Lex.
I say Iron Man.
All right, Alex.
I'm going to
goes
say
Kitty
Lex as well. Pity vote to Iron Man.
That's it.
All right, that brings us to Doctor Doom versus Wolverine.
I feel like Iron Man did.
This is
Well, it's fine. All right.
Vote.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Doom.
Doctor Doom v Wolverine.
Yep.
Doctor Doom.
I truly think that Doom could force himself into Wolverine's body with his mind and kill himself. I mean, I think Doctor Doom has far more options here than just the slash.
I truly
Right.
think just power v power. I don't think he has to take any advanced approach. I truly think that if those were in an arena together, Doctor Doom would just beat up on Wolverine.
True, but Wolverine can heal at the same frequency that he takes damage, too. For every time you slash off a piece of his skin, he's going to heal it in the same second. If Wolverine, even in let's revert back to Days of Future Past when Kitty Pryde is wanting to transfer them back into the past, and she says that no mind could survive that trip. It would rip it. It would snap. And then Wolverine says, "What if you had someone's mind that could snap back at the same frequency that it snaps apart?" I don't know. I do feel like Doom wins this. I don't think that it is.
I don't.
Simple.
I mean, yeah. I don't think this is Wolverine's battle by any means.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that that he's going to put up a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
I think old Doom takes this one. Knowing that he's beat Thor, so
Yeah. He has, but he also had a lot of help
Yeah.
when that happened. He had the power of the world serpent, Midgard serpent, if you will, at his side. But okay, that brings us to our top 8. Here we go: Scarlet Witch versus Superman. Scarlet Witch takes this. Scarlet Witch takes this, no problem. Magic affects Superman.
Magic affects Superman.
That's
the thing.
It does.
Magic can kill Superman. If Superman were to take a hit from a magic axe, that's something he can't recover immediately. It will penetrate his skin. It will make him bleed.
He gonna feel it.
I know that sounds so weird, Dayton. I know it does.
You know more about this than I do. I thought kryptonite was his only thing, and she's not going to have kryptonite. But
Magic
you are more knowledgeable about this stuff than I am. So I'll give a pity vote to Superman.
I definitely think Superman puts up a good fight. Scarlet Witch just
freaking
locks it down.
I know, right? Yeah, I think she takes this one.
When I say magic hands, all of you need to picture that in your mind, because that's what magic hands are.
You just demonstrated jazz hands, but I'll accept it.
Yeah, you kind of did.
These are magic.
All right, so next up we have Thor versus the Flash.
Thor.
How?
He's a god of thunder. Rock and roll, electricity. He has a giant hammer that can just hit the Flash.
Does Thor have any abilities that allow him to track things moving at the speed of light?
Yeah, electricity stops things.
No, I mean,
Flash generates his own electricity, but
Right.
I don't think so. I think Thor's reaction time is the same as any other person. It would be no faster than Hulk's reaction time.
I think Flash.
I think Thor.
I know this is
You
crazy.
tell me Thor ain't gonna land one hit with this giant hammer, and with the Flash moving at the speed of light, and he gets smacked in the jaw.
I don't think
He
you
ain't
can
gonna
track
curl up.
something well enough moving at the speed of light to land a hit on it.
I can't. But
The
Thor
speed
can.
of light is faster than I can talk. It's faster than I can see.
Let me go up here and look at this. Oh my goodness gracious! Everybody look at that sheet. Thor wins. That's what I see.
Like the only advantage Flash has here is truly his speed. I mean,
This dude can teleport.
like it's an important ability.
This man can teleport.
I truly think that Thor takes this.
Not only that, what else? What else here? Durability. He gonna need that. He can fly. The Flash cannot fly. So he can just stay up in the air till whenever the Flash gets done doing his thing, or they can stare at each other, and then that's when he shocks him. Bzz, dead.
I will say that Thor has had good showings against someone like Quicksilver.
I mean,
Man.
has the Flash really versed anybody on Thor's level, on the level of Thor?
Darkseid.
And how'd that go?
That would be it. Darkseid whoops everyone. Darkseid kills everyone.
There you go. No more Flash.
Darkseid would probably kill Thor, but that's why he's not on this list. I didn't want it to be a blowout, so that is a good reason why he's not on this list. A good reason why someone like Brainiac and Doomsday are not on this list. That's why Galactus isn't on this list for Marvel's sake, because I didn't feel like I wanted it to be an absolute blowout. We learned our lesson from the Blob last time. I think I'm going to give this to Thor.
I think Thor's got it. That's just what's in my
I
heart.
do respect Dayton's vote for the Flash, and I appreciate it because that is my boy. All right, Alex wins our mini game. Thor lasted longer than any of our picks. He's in the final four. We have 2 more matchups in the top 8, though. So let's do Cyborg versus Thanos.
I'm undefeated.
Thanos.
Thanos. Yep. And Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom.
Doom.
I'm going to say Doom. Doom's got this one. All right. Oh, gosh. Now, Final 4. We have most powerful Avenger versus strongest Avenger. Scarlet Witch versus Thor.
Oh, God.
Bro.
I'm going to tell you this.
That needs to happen.
That needs to happen.
Yeah, because spoiler alert, Scarlet Witch is
I say
dead.
Thor.
Okay. Here's why I want to give this to Scarlet Witch, because Scarlet Witch can manipulate reality as a whole.
But
I mean,
Thor
literally in the comics, she said no more mutants, and then all mutants were wiped from existence.
All right, cool.
Thor isn't a part of this
Thor
reality.
is a
Yeah,
god.
exactly. That's right. He's not from here. And then if he does, he'll just teleport to a new dimension.
But she could just kill him.
Okay, I'm looking at God magic versus Earth magic. God magic wins.
Technically, her magic isn't earthen magic. It's called chaos magic.
Okay, well, he's the god of thunder, so
This is how you cast it. Like this.
Right, and she's the Scarlet Witch.
I'm still saying Thor.
I mean, strength doesn't always have to mean physicality. Wanda can lift the same amount.
I'm not. It's not about his strength for me. I think his godlike powers is what wins this for him. Because she's not going to try to
One
beat
thing.
him up.
She ain't picking that hammer up. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That ain't happening, Big Diddy. Big Diddy. All right, let me see here. Go to stat sheet. Hold on.
This one's tough.
Mm-hmm.
This one is tough. I really in my heart want to say Thor.
Knows your name.
That's I think that's going to be my vote is Thor.
All right. That's
Anybody,
1 for Thor.
anybody else?
Officially declared.
Dayton, Alex.
I still say Thor.
Okay.
It was easy for me.
2, Alex will obviously vote for his own character. I'm going to say Wanda, because I truly believe that she would win. But
Okay.
majority will rule. Thor will move on to our final 2. That will bring us to Thanos versus Doctor Doom. That's a good matchup. That's a good matchup for both of them.
God.
Now, Thanos does not have the Infinity Stones,
No.
correct?
Nope. Mm-hmm. This would be Thanos
It's
without...
alien Thanos, big purple strong dude.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
I think Doom might have this one.
It's kind of thinking the same thing.
I think I am too.
Yeah.
The only edge I would give to Thanos is that he's an alien, and so I can't picture a world in which he takes damage the same way Doom would.
Right.
But I feel like he's overpowered by Doom in the long haul. Without access to the stones. Access to the stones
Right.
would change it.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at is I don't think he's going to have a chance without those stones, and he doesn't have the stones in this default setting. So yeah, I think Doom's going to take it home.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. All right. That brings us to our final matchup.
Hey.
So Doom won the battle against Thanos.
So,
Next, we have Thor versus Doom for our final matchup.
Oh my gosh.
Thor versus Doom.
Like, is this the final?
This shouldn't be this easy,
final.
but I'm willing to defend it. Thor.
I mean, truly,
know?
I think that this is their one adversary. Doom, if Doom was going to have a matchup that he was going to have trouble winning, it's going to be Thor.
I think at this point it is.
I think Dr. Doom gonna get smacked upside the head with that giant hammer.
I really think at this point it's going to leave it up to God power versus Earth power.
That's
You
my
see what
line
I'm-
of thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
And I think-
same reason
I
I
think-
thought Thor for Scarlet Witch.
I
Even
think-
the magic part
Yeah.
of it.
I think God power is going to overpower Earth power.
I mean, let's just say it like this, okay? Like super, and I'm not knocking Doom at all. He is a,
Oh Lord, no.
I mean, he is a gauntlet of an opponent, but powerhouse. But Thor is not from here.
Right, and like Thor is going to
And-
have power that is not from this Earth.
It's not earthly.
No,
Thor is a god.
exactly. I think Thor is going to take it.
I don't think
Thor-
earthly power, earthly gadgets beat out god power.
Yeah.
Thor has beaten Doctor Doom in the comics. I mean, this was back when Thor was like limited too. This was all the way back to his early comics when if he didn't hold on to the hammer for 60 seconds, he'd revert back to his Earth form. Donald Blake.
Yeah.
It's that long ago. But even Doom, I think Doom would feel like he could beat Thor, but he's never been keen on a one-on-one matchup with the Asgardian.
Right.
In any iterations. He has never looked forward to that.
I mean, who would?
The last time that Doom got the upper hand on Thor, he had the Midgard Serpent and Loki helping him.
And this
And Amora the Enchantress.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Thor for
I'm
me.
gonna say Thor too.
Yeah, I'm saying Thor.
That will make Thor our official bracket champion. Oh man! As
yeah.
always, it was a lot of fun. Had a blast, man. Imagine me when I said, "Hey, Alex, pick
Had
a
a
number
blast.
1 through 32," and he was like 14. I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me!" I was like 14 and 9 were the numbers you couldn't pick because that would be Scarlet Witch and Thor, and I felt like those were the two people who had the best chance of winning this bracket. So.
I picked 25 on a SpongeBob reference.
I gotta tell you guys, I'm just good at picking numbers, man. I win
I
waffles.
picked,
There's numbers involved, and I win.
I
Okay.
picked
That is
7
However,
on a very weird and messed up mathematical equation that my ADHD brain made sense of.
yeah,
There
on the
you
flip
go.
side of that, numbers are involved in math. I'm not good at math, so there you go.
I'm good at math. I just look at it completely different than
Well, I
a
just
normal human being.
picked a number that was funnier than 24. 25.
Gosh. Well, hey, this was a blast, as it always is.
Absolutely.
It takes a little bit of work and effort to create and make things happen, but I love doing it, and I'm
we
glad
got
that
to give
we.
props to Andy for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. He created this
Orchestrated.
entire thing.
He created the entire bracket. He put all the names in. He randomized them. Everything.
Yeah. Kudos to Andy.
I'm glad that the
Thank you.
resource
Props to
guide
Andy
was
for
of
this.
use
Yes,
to you
I
all
used
too.
it the whole time.
Yep.
I'm glad that was usable. We actually did have. We were supposed to have a guest appearance. It was supposed to be my buddy Kyle. He actually had to work tonight, so that's unfortunate. But he is sad he missed it.
That's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens.
We'll have him-
Life happens.
Hey, we're going to have him on, though.
We sure will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
I think that's going to do it for this episode.
I think Alex has a recommendation for us.
Yeah.
Somebody?
Yes, I
What's
do.
up?
So often I recommend. I'm a huge clone guy, so often I recommend clones. So I'm going to do it again.
Boo.
talking about boo? I guess someone doesn't like to smell good. I guess
Don't
that's
feel
what
bad
that's
about yourself, dude. You're not a huge cologne guy. You're just a fluffy cologne guy.
No,
Dang.
fat cologne guy. There's a difference.
Dang.
That's right. I said it. Can't hurt my feelings. Do it myself.
Honestly relatable.
Anyway, the cologne that I'm going to recommend is called By the Fireplace, and it's by a house called Replica. And what they do is they try to replicate actual moments in your life. And so when you smell this, you can think about being by a fireplace. And what it smells like is if you've ever toasted marshmallows by a fire, like by a fire pit or a fireside, that's exactly what this smells like.
Nice.
Cinnamon-y,
Fireside roasted marshmallow.
So it's like, spice, marshmallow,
There you
vanilla,
Smoke.
smoke. Yeah, it's like a smoky. I can't remember what the actual note is that's smoky in here,
Okay.
but
Is it a bear?
I can't stand you, Andy.
burning wood and chestnut is the main note.
I was
Okay.
thinking,
Wood
man.
and chestnut.
Hey,
So anyway,
but it's some good stuff though.
And they have all kinds in there. They have one called a jazz club, and
Okay.
it's like tobacco-y smoke with like what's it? I can't remember what the other one is. You're gonna think you're at a speakeasy when you spray that on you.
Yeah. Nice.
Little Red Dead action.
Yeah, and they have one called Whispers in the Library, and it smells just like a
Like
book.
a whisper in the library?
Yeah,
Oh,
it smells just like a book.
There you go.
I like that.
They also have
That
one.
reminds
They also have one called Woodstock 64.
Jazz club smells like cigarette smoke and 7 chords.
Yeah. They have one called Woodstock, and it's discontinued, and you can kind of just imagine what that smells like.
Oh,
All
yeah.
this talk about smoke reminds
Probably-
me. I was
probably
with Jenna.
Cannabis. And
Yeah.
We were going to
THC,
a
EDP, what I call it.
like an antique store, and they had. And since we were smelling them all, one of the scents was black, and it said campfire smoke, and it was the worst smell I've ever
my
experienced in my
gosh.
life. It was so bad. I'm like, who would buy this? And we wanted to buy it as a gag gift, but we didn't, and it's one of my biggest regrets because it would have been so funny.
Yeah, there's one called, the worst one I've ever smelled is called T-Rex. And it smells like, it's terrible. It smells like gasoline and burning lizards.
Oh my god.
how do you know what that smells like?
You just smell T-Rex, and that's what that smells like. You know,
Alex, I feel
when
like
all
you
the
might burn.
dinosaurs-
I feel like you might be an arsonist.
It's like
in
if,
your life.
you know when the asteroid hit the Earth and killed all the dinosaurs, and then someone just walked out from underground.
I mean,
gosh,
It was
I-
immediate, but yeah.
I wasn't there when that happened. So
no one was there. But I'm just saying, if somebody was to come out of the ground after that and go, "Wow, this smells really bad. I think I'm gonna bottle this as a fragrance and sell it." That's what it is.
There you go.
It's that bad.
By the way, my recommendation to add on to that is never blind buy a cologne.
I
No
could've
matter
told
how
you
many
that.
good reviews you've seen on it, never blind buy it.
Sure don't.
In my
Hey, my
opinion,
recommendation to add on to that is take a shower and use good body wash. Dude, that's the most important step to being hygienic. Nick, what's your add-on to the
Yeah, an extra
recommendation?
step. An extra step of being
Hey.
hygienic was to be wear cologne, something that people
you
enjoy
know,
around you, not just Irish Spring.
Look, I'm always just like my dead set go to is some Dolce and Gabbana light blue.
Some Sauvage. Oh, okay.
especially right now, summer. That's a good summer fragrance.
Yeah.
I got some Aqua de Jo on the way. That's my
There you go.
summer go-to.
Heck yeah.
Everybody knows your name.
All these made-up names. I can't stand it.
It's not made up.
You're talking gibberish.
Tell Giorgio
Well,
Armani.
hey, I won't be here next week, but I promise you, you're in somewhat capable hands with the three of these goofy goobers.
I don't know about
But
that.
that will just about do it for us here at the Back 40. Nick, do you want to give them a little insight into what we're going to get into next
Nope.
theme?
Nope, sure don't.
I said
Yeah.
Nick.
So
I said Nick.
So as we come to a close of the Marvel versus DC month, we're going to get into some gaming, different genres.
Heck yeah.
And some of our favorite video games that we love and are going to talk about them and have fun with it. So stay tuned for some gaming.
Yes, sir.
By the way, before we leave, I want everyone to know that I'm undefeated.
Thank you for that, Alex.
The greatest there ever was.
He wants us to ask in what, but we don't need to ask.
Right.
He wants us to elaborate so that he can boast a little bit, but we're not gonna. So from here at the Back 40, from all of us, we're so happy you decided to tune into us today. We will catch you next episode. I'm Andy.
I'm Nick.
I'm Dayton.
I'm Alex.
And we'll catch you next time, guys.
See you.
Holla.
See you later.
What's up, guys? Nick here from the Back 40 Podcast. Don't forget to go follow us on our Facebook page, the Back 40 Podcast, and give us a follow on our Instagram page at the Back 40 Official. We also have a YouTube channel called the Back 40 Podcast. Subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified when a new episode gets uploaded. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Back 40.